Shia LaBeouf has been the center of controversy on a number of occasions. His behavior has landed him in trouble with the law more than once, and although he has been open about his struggle with drugs, there were other warning signs along the way. Today on Beyond the Screen, we are checking out top 10 celebrities who tried to warn us about Shia LaBeouf. Alright guys, I am filming from home right now because in Canada, Ontario, we are in a lockdown. A serious lockdown. The studio is locked down, so from here on out, you might see us filming from home. We appreciate you guys understanding and supporting us along the way. Starting us off at number 10 is Shia. The two of them have always had a positive relationship from what we've seen in the media. They have been friends for a while, and Shia has even been in some of her music videos. But recently, some truth has come to surface which paints the relationship in a very different light. Shia recently revealed that she replaced Shia in her upcoming movie and called him a pathological liar. Turns out she originally cast him for the role, but then replaced him with Kate Hudson. So, what happened between them that made her decide to do this? Shia tweeted an explanation and said, "I've been hurt emotionally by Shia, a pathological liar who conned me into an adulterous relationship claiming to be single." This was very shocking information because many fans didn't even know that there was something more than friendship between them. No further details were given out, and he is yet to comment on these claims, but she is revealing some pretty serious stuff about his character. Up next, number 9 is Tom Hardy. In 2012, reports were taken over the internet between the tension between cast members Tom Hardy and Shia LaBeouf. Tension would be an understatement though. A full-out brawl would be a better word to describe what happened. The two of them got into a physical altercation to a point where they both had to be restrained. When the news first broke, Hardy spoke about it during interviews and said that Shia attacked him and claimed that he was drinking moonshine at the time. He even said that Shia was a very scary dude, which means a lot coming from Bane. But Shia talked about it this year and told his side of the story, saying that it was not true at all. He claims they used to wrestle each other all the time, like for fun, and said that one time he barged into his room after a gym session and picked him up and then just started wrestling. Shia claimed that he was naked in his room with his girlfriend at the time and said that they wrestled naked and that's so weird. And Hardy accidentally flew down a flight of stairs once their play fight went into the hallway. I don't know about you, but I don't know whose side of the story sounds more realistic, in all honesty. I'm just very confused. In spot number 8 is Harrison Ford. Back in 2011, Shia decided to slam one of the biggest movie directors in Hollywood and probably didn't expect Harrison to give him some heat for it. After working with Steven Spielberg on multiple movies, Shia decided to publicly criticize him and said he dropped the ball. He filmed Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and was not happy with how the movie turned out. He spoke about it and said, I quote, "I would never disrespect the man, but when you drop the ball, you drop the ball." But Ford was also involved in the movie, and even if he didn't think it lived up to its legacy, he still said he will always stand by his films. After Shia made his comments, Ford voiced his piece and said, "I think he was an effing idiot. As an actor, I think it's my obligation to support the film without making a complete ass of myself." The idiot being Shia. This should have been some kind of warning because Shia slammed Steven again in 2016, saying he doesn't like the movies he filmed with him and said he is more of a company than a director. How do you possibly slam Steven Spielberg? Mind boggled. Sliding into number 7 is Mia Goth. It's hard to fully understand the relationship because they've always been on and off for years, but have remained married the entire time, but not actually. The web states they have been married from 2016 to present, but then the Clark County of Nevada tweeted that they have no marriage license for them and claimed that they just had a commitment ceremony performed in Las Vegas. But their relationship ended officially in 2018 after reports say she could not handle his outbursts anymore. One of them went too far back in 2015 when they had an explosive argument in Germany. They were publicly fighting and it was caught on tape. Shia was seen yelling at her, saying he doesn't want to hit her, and they eventually separated and he got into a car of bystanders. Like literally went into a stranger's car. In the car, a video recording showed him saying that if he would have stayed there arguing with her, then he would have killed her. For obvious reasons, this was concerning to viewers, but reports say they might be back together, but now he's with someone else, so I'm very confused. But in March 2020, it looked like they had reconciled things, so I don't know. Making his way into number 6 is Alec Baldwin. He was just another person on Shia's feud list. The two of them had it out with each other back in 2014 when working together on the Broadway show Orphans. The feud ended with Shia dropping out of the show over what he called creative differences after Alec went to production and said he would leave if Shia didn't. Alex spoke about their experience and said Shia would show up scattered every day and attacked him in front of the company one day. He said that Shia came off with a sense of entitlement and they had tension from the start. Shia told his side of the story and admitted to putting his hand through a door at rehearsals, but apologized afterwards. He even tweeted out emails between him, the director, and Alec. They ended up both apologizing to each other, but Alex said that a lot of young actors like Shia have this sense of entitlement, and it seems like he was just trying to warn us about this. Halfway through our list, number 5 is Kanye West. A lot of celebrities have been in the center of Kanye's Twitter rants, and Shia was one of them. In July 2020, he went off on Twitter and claimed Shia was supposed to do the first Yeezy Gap shoot and that he never showed up. He also tweeted, "Shia is cap," which I don't fully understand the meaning of, but I know that it's meant to be an insult in some type of way. The two of them were actually friends for a while, and Kanye even saw Shia as a fashion icon. During an interview in 2008, he said he wished he dressed as fresh as him. Shia actually claims that Kanye took his clothes and that his clothing design comes from him. In 2018, he said, "He asked if he could have some of my clothes for a pop-up shop. He took all my effing clothes." It is still unclear where their friendship went wrong and what the reason was for their falling out, but Kanye has tried to warn us a few times about celebrities, and this time Shia was one of them. Here now, number 4, we have Carolyn Foe. She dated Shia for 2 years before he ended things with her for his nymphomaniac co-star Mia Goth, who I mentioned earlier. This would be a tough breakup for anyone, and paparazzi photos showed how difficult it was for Carolyn. They were having issues in the relationship, and fans knew about it because photos showed them having a very heated exchange, and Carolyn was in tears. Turns out their argument was about his new film at the time, Nymphomaniac, where the actors were going to engage in real sex scenes. A source had told the media, I quote, "Carolyn gets that Shia likes to go method and appreciates his artistic integrity. However, she thinks performing a real sex scene in a movie is going too far." Apparently, Shia knew what the director wanted and agreed to the film, knowing that he had to do these real sex scenes. Since their breakup, stories about his rage have come to surface about what went wrong in their relationship, similar to some of his other exes. Shia even joked that he sent out their sex tapes to casting, and that's how he got the movie in the first place. True or not, I can't confirm, but that is still pretty messed up. Like, that is not a funny joke by any means. In our third spot is Frederick Bond. Remember that time that Shia choked his director while he was filming on acid? Yeah, well, Frederick was the director that he choked. They were working on the 2013 movie Charlie Countryman, and Shia was struggling with his drug addiction during that time. He notoriously took LSD during the filming process, and he blamed the drugs for his attack on the director. Shia tells the story like this, I quote, "He wanted to break for lunch while I was tripping on drugs. I was like, we can't break for lunch, I'm on effing drugs. Right after that acid trip, I was choking Frederick. My trainer had to pull me off of him." The altercation actually almost led Frederick to abandon the project early, but he didn't, and he deserves credit. So why did he do the entire movie on drugs? Shia said he felt that he had to do drugs because he personally felt a lack of control without being on the drugs. But clearly, even when he is on drugs, he cannot control himself. This incident should have been a warning to everyone about his violence and anger, and more importantly, his drug addiction. Taking over our number 2 spot is Jim Carrey. I don't think anyone would expect these two to get into a celebrity feud. It just seems very random to me. It happened back in 2014 when Jim was presenting the award for Best Motion Picture at the Golden Globes. While he was presenting it, he decided to have a little bit of fun with the Transformer actor. He said a quote which came from actor Edmund Gwen and said, "Dying is easy, comedy is hard." I believe it was Shia LaBeouf who said that. So young, so wise. He made the joke in reference to Shia being in trouble at that time for a copyright law. Bloggers had realized his short film had copyright in it, so Jim was making a joke about that situation. But Shia did not like this joke, and he actually began a series of angry tweets towards Jim. In response to an E! Article about Jim Carrey's jab, Shia tweeted, "At least I don't get arrested for indecency on major LA highways," or "abandoned love childs." He was referring to Jim's daughter Jane, but the two of them actually have a very close relationship. Shia later apologized for the jabs he took at Jim and also for not crediting the right people for his short film. Earning our number 1 place is FKA Twigs. The world was left in shock recently after Shia's ex-girlfriend came forward with serious allegations against the actor. He is currently being sued by Twigs for sexual battery. In her lawsuit, she revealed a bunch of disturbing stories and allegations about the actor about different stories of abuse. She said she has been haunted by the memories of their time together, claiming that he had a gun by the side of their bed, and she feared even going to the bathroom in the middle of the night. Multiple disturbing claims have come out, some too disturbing to actually say here on YouTube for the sake of our channel. Shia has responded to this lawsuit and admitted he has hurt people in the past due to his drug addiction and said that there is no excuse for his behavior. However, with that, he did also deny some of the allegations, like the one where Twigs said that he had killed stray dogs as a part of method acting, like preparing for his next movie. The latest update at the time of this recording was that he is actively seeking a long-term inpatient treatment and that he admits he needs help. All right, guys, that's our top 10 list. To end this video, I'm gonna read some comments from Most Toxic Celebrities Part 3. Lily Gunn says, "How the hell can Teen Mom be considered a family-friendly show? It's glorifying teen pregnancy for Cthulhu's sake." Not sure what that means. I totally get it. I think they were trying to make it like show the struggles of becoming a teen mom, but now all these moms are actually rich and famous, so I understand I don't know. They tried. Clint Countryman says, "Jared looks nothing like Travolta." Really? Because a lot of people said he looks like a young John Travolta, and I actually see it when he shaves. Carlton Ferovid says, "Just in case you're wondering, 92% of Hollywood is nothing more than the spawn of Satan." I like your enthusiasm on that. Mr. Sister Fister says, "Saying that Courtney Love is not adored is quite the understatement." Yes, a lot of people hate her. However, she has a lot of fans. So, all right, guys, that is my list. Let me know if you want to see a part 2. And also thanks again for the support during this time of lockdown and filming from home. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I will see you in a future video.